Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here tonight, Colt Johnson defends the Infinity Championship against one Bob Evans. And here's the deal, you've heard of Bob Evans down on the farm. Well, tonight it's going to be Bob Evans down on the ground looking up at the lights as he listens to our beautiful ring announcer proclaim and still Mega Infinity Champion Colt Johnson. Hit my music. All you.
He is your reigning and defending Mega Infinity Champion, your Southern Center, Colt Johnson!
Yes, that's what a true champion looks like.
Colt Johnson is not afraid to bend or break the rules in order to retain that Infinity Championship, which he won in this very building in a gauntlet match where Shogun won 4 times before he finally succumbed to the final entrance in that gauntlet.
Don't forget, he also beat Ricky Shane Page that night.
He won't let me forget it. By the way,
Two.
he had to do the thing.
There it is, folks. God, I love when he does that.
You get way too excited about it.
I'll give him a break. He's living vicariously through his son.
Who? That's not my kid. I don't know who that is.
Give me a break.
It's pretty sad we had to pay this guy to come in here to call his match. Unbelievable.
Anything to get the kid
And
over.
his opponent.
Now this is a champion in the making, no doubt about it. Someone
Where?
that's held titles all over the United States.
Like the senior special at Denny's.
I did want to ask you, Kevin, about the Iron Week that Brutal Bob Evans has competed in twice.
Yeah, Iron Week has been not just a test of his condition, Bob's skill, Bob's talent as a wrestler, but it's also been a fantastic charitable outreach. He's raised thousands of dollars for charities all across the U.S. He's gone and challenged the best wrestlers around to compete in 1-hour Ironman matches.
Bob Evans!
And Bob does them in the span of 7 days. So over the course of 1 week, he will have wrestled 7 hours. And he takes everybody's best shot. And he's not a kid, he's the first one to tell you. And I've known Bob over 25 years. And I've done seminars with him all over the country. And we're helping revitalize wrestling in a lot of areas. And when you get to come here to Mega, it's almost like a celebration of your good work. Because we see this crowd, we feel the intensity from the audience. And these crowds are only going to continue to grow because I'll tell you the future is very bright. And what it would mean to have an elder statesman in professional wrestling usurp one of the young lions in this company to continue on the legacy of that great championship.
That was the grandfather of Colt Johnson.
Just focus on the match. Don't worry about who's in the crowd.
How many tickets did he get current?
He's pretty much part owner of the Mega.
Okay, he's not part owner. Don't even start that.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is the young lion that he was speaking of. Colt Johnson. And he's about to feast on a hyena.
Feast. Is that an inside joke or reference perhaps to the fact that Colt Johnson has a Bob Evans style shirt?
I think it says Colt Johnson. It doesn't say Bob Evans.
Look, we know how disrespectful Colt Johnson's been to Brutal Bob Evans. To the point where when Bob Evans, as the bell goes, made a video retort to Colt Johnson, he specifically pointed out how he doesn't call him Brutal Bob Evans, he calls him Bob.
Bob Evans.
Which is disrespectful.
What do you want to call him? Mr. Bob Evans?
Yes.
Look at that.
That's what the gentleman.
Listen, I'm not saying Bob Evans is not bad. Dude's a phenomenal wrestler.
I think the issue might be with Colt Johnson, and, correct me if I'm wrong, it could be the way he was raised.
I doubt that. He was raised perfectly.
I mean, it could boil down to who his parents were. You know, maybe he had an absentee father. Maybe he came from a broken home.
I've heard that Colt Johnson's father is a no-good man who left home at the age of... No, I don't want to tell that story.
Went down for a carton of milk and never came back.
I remember those days. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, so now with the championship on the line, it'll be interesting to see. Oh!
You're talking. That's your guy there.
That could be the next Infinity Champion.
That's an illegal move.
I've never seen. I mean, again, you want to talk about showing respect? Colt Johnson making out with Bob Evans.
Well, that's the ultimate sign of respect, I would guess. As Bob Evans is just teeing off on the young Colt Johnson here.
Now, I've heard, of course, that there are familial connections all the time in professional wrestling. It's a wrestling industry that's filled with second-generation stars. Some might even say nepotism. But that, I don't see that Colt Johnson's father could open any doors for him. He barely can open doors for himself.
This guy's so old in the ring right now, I can smell the icy hot from here.
No, that's you.
Oh, sorry.
And you're laying that on a little thick, don't you think?
That's my new cologne, Paulie.
The combination of Icy Hot and Axe body spray here at the announce position. It's a strong one here tonight as Bob Evans takes over on the left arm. Brutal Bob Evans, of course, is part of his wrestling lineage goes directly to Strangler Ed Lewis.
Wow.
So I'll tell you how. So Bob Evans was trained by Jeff Costa.
Okay.
Jeff Costa was the second student ever for Killer Kowalski.
Whoa.
Killer Kowalski was broken in the industry by Luthez. Luthez broken in by Ed Strangler Lewis.
So basically, they're all old.
There's history behind every single one of those names. Any professional wrestling fan, true professional wrestling fan, knows those names and knows how important they are to our business.
And of course, when you look at all the stars that Bob Evans has trained, whether directly or perhaps secondhand, it's literally a who's who of professional wrestling. And the interference from the outside. Of course, the opening match tonight got underway with interference and shenanigans from this trio.
I'm sorry, Kevin, that's just par for the course with Bear City Vice. They don't know how to...
Oh, he moved out of the way.
Down goes Frazier.
Vito Mazzarella looks completely stunned.
Oh, no. Oh, what a headbutt.
Vito looked like somebody surprised him at his birthday party. And Brutal Bob Evans is now taking Colt Johnson on a tour of the ringside area.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Look who it is. It's Dontavio.
That's Neo Pro Wrestling's Dontavio.
Oh, no. What are we doing?
He's a fan. He's not supposed to be doing this.
And that's part of the connections that Brutal Bob Evans has. You see, Bob trains in schools and mentors and teaches and has friends. So when you got to level the playing field, Bob's not walking in here 1 against 3. He's got a lot of eyes on him and a lot of people watching his back.
Excuse me, why isn't that a disqualification?
You could ask the referee that.
What is this referee? Oh, look who it is again.
So, for those of you who don't know quite what's going on here, Dontavio was called out by Colt Johnson, who then called him, quote, a 40-miler, which is a very derogatory term in professional wrestling. It means you're not going to leave your 40-mile radius from your home base, and proceeded to disparage Dontavio on every turn, to the point that Dontavio has showed up on multiple
and again, well, there they go. Bob Evans is size 13.
There you go, Colt. There you go, Colt.
Big elbow drop there by Colt Johnson. The champion has taken control.
And when you look at Colt Johnson, and again, I've seen video footage of him, but it's my first time seeing him live. You see the intensity, and you see the focus, and you see the power and the drive in those strikes. Everything that this young man does with purpose.
Not to put you on the spot here, Kevin, but I was wondering if you could give
Well, I think if you look at Colt Johnson and his body of work, you know, he's far from, oh, wait a second.
Going for
His
the
knee
cover.
gave out.
Cover two. He's got no.
I want to compare him to, not necessarily physically, but again, the fast start to his professional wrestling career. Somebody like a Switchblade Jay White. Somebody like a Kazuchika Okada who captured his first title at the age of 24. You know, again, wrestling continues to get younger and younger, and the stars of today, they might be just out of college or just out of high school even, but the future is so bright. And when you look at him physically, you could see comparisons to, say, a Chad Gable, whose career, of course, has come to an end apparently and no longer a part of the scene in WWE.
El Grande Americano says hi.
Well, I mean, again, I've seen El Grande Americano, and he's certainly a very talented individual.
Did you call any of his matches down in Mexico?
Of course I did. You know, again, when you look at what the lucha influence in pro wrestling is, Japanese influence, it's a global sport. And Ricky Shane Page, whose name you defiled earlier on there,
Yes.
down there on the end of the table, it was a, wait a second now, cover.
Again.
Ricky Shane Page, a product here of Mega Championship Wrestling. 13 years of, you know, blood, sweat, and tears here, of the training and everything and the purpose, and has gone on to compete all around the world. So when you come back from traveling, when you come back and you learn and you adopt different styles, you pick up a little bit of everything and you meld it into kind of the oil painting that is a wrestling career. He's doing the smart thing right now. Get Bob off his feet.
Wearing him down.
Wearing him down. And pressing the advantage. I also don't see any nerves in this young man.
No, he definitely does not have nerves. 19-year-old lion is what he is.
And the fact that you just compared him to Switchblade Jay White, Kazuchika Okada, is going to go straight to his head. We're never going to hear the end of that.
I was thinking more of a Ric Flair, Stone Cold, or Rock, personally, but all right.
I want to ask how.
Well, Bob's not done yet. The life force was given out, boys, but Bob Evans is not done.
If this man can go an hour every day for 7 days in a week,
That's impressive regardless of who you are. That is very impressive.
a lot of it, this is not going to stop him.
Uh-oh, I think Colt might be in trouble here.
The elbows to the midsection, but still holding on.
Over the past few years, Brutal Bob Evans has spent a lot of time in tag team action. The team of Tough Guy Inc. has been settling scores all over professional wrestling. And now rat-a-tat-tat with some jabs.
Oh boy, get out of there, Colt!
Fly and fly.
A legend like Brutal Bob Evans always going to go back to the greatest hits of all of the great professional wrestlers and pull pieces out of different pages of different playbooks.
And the Bulldog.
Got a bulldog there.
Shades of a young Barry Windham or Dustin Rhodes.
Colt Johnson might be seeing the Infinity Championship slip away here as he staggers back to his feet.
Watch out, big shoulder tackle.
Oh!
Nobody drives a shoulder tackle home like Brutal Bob, and the Infinity title is getting ready to come to Tough Guy Inc.'s Brutal Bob.
Well, maybe not. Bear City Vice gonna.
Oh no, get out of there, guys.
Little meeting of the minds.
Oh.
Don't worry, there's not much going on up there.
Look at
Slingshot.
him, he brought him in, so that's going to be on him.
Well, they still can't attack him. And to be fair, they might not get to. Double clothesline there by Brutal Bob Evans.
Watch out!
There it is.
That's not the 6-shooter.
Colt Johnson puts Bob
1,
down. 2
2,
and 3. Got him!
There he is.
Unbelievable. Somehow, yet again.
Here is your winner,
To be fair, they might
and
not get to.
still Mega Infinity Champion
There it is.
for Southern Center, Colt Johnson.
Taking a look at the replay, we saw, obviously, Brutal Bob Evans felt more confident. Oh, come on
There
now.
you go.
Felt
Put the
more
boots
confident with the two clowns in front of him rather than outside, attacking as they had done throughout the match.
Brutal Bob Evans needs help right now. I don't even think the referee's going to be able to stop this.
Well, Tough Tim Hughes, Bob Evans, his tag team
Wait a
partner, is competing in New Jersey tonight. Hold on a second. Van has just hopped the ring.
Montavio is attacking Colt Johnson.
Get security in here.
I do agree. Again, Dontavio is a fan here tonight. But the words of Colt Johnson calling him a 40-miler, basically somebody that's never done anything in pro wrestling. Very, very unsettling to Dontavio, who bought a ringside ticket here tonight and crossed the barrier. I would be interested to find out if Mega Wrestling might be looking to...
We're going to definitely prosecute.